Good to go?
I'm good to go when you are.
You've been good to go. What am I talking about? It's only, midnight 30 in the morning. We're just here partying in Michigan, and life's good, man. How's it going? What is up? Welcome. Oh, man, I got to figure out a name for these interviews. These awesome artist spotlights. AA spotlights. I don't know. My name is Zach Flash. I am here with Brite Lite music by way of Kingdom Chorus. And you know what we do. We are always shining on the best in Christian music today. And I'm not going to lie to you people. When I say the best, one of the names that always pops into my head, 3 titles, rolls off the tongue like butter. Scott DeClaire Jr. And he is in the studio tonight. It is good to see you, brother. How are you?
Wow, you've pepped me up way too much right now.
I'm telling you what, man.
Feels good, though.
I'm telling you, we only shine on the best. If you're in the studio, you have qualified. You have risen above the tier, the threshold. You have broken through the glass ceiling. I feel like I'm cutting a promo for WWE right now. I'm not sure why.
Nah. I can't do any good impressions.
It's okay. There's really no impressions to be done. How in the world are you, man? You have had a whirlwind couple of months, probably a whirlwind couple of years, man. Things are really heating up for Scott DeClaire Jr.
I guess. I mean, I'm trying. It's a grind, man.
It is a grind. You are, of course, an independent Christian artist, songwriter, father, husband. Not in that order. Let's see, what else? Are you a part-time amateur magician?
No magic, no.
No magic, all right.
It's all real here.
Well, okay, man, so give us a little taste of what you have been doing over at least the past couple months.
Over the past couple months, I went on tour with the Extreme Tour.
All right.
For 2 weeks. We did 6 shows in 2 weeks. So that was a blast.
Now, where at did you do those shows?
Started in Philadelphia, then we went into Aliquippa and Ambridge in Pennsylvania. Came back into Michigan and Ohio. We did Royal Oak, Michigan, Flint, and we did Toledo. But they kept going. They go for 3 or 4 months.
Oh, wow.
But with 3 little kids at home, can only do so much. So
Totally understand. So you've got 3 at home. I'll tell you what, why don't you start at the beginning? Tell the people everything they need to know to fully understand the one and only Scott DeClaire Jr.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I've loved music since I was a kid. I loved music and sports. That was the big thing. And when I hit puberty, my voice went crazy. So then I said, I'm just a sports guy, So I quit music for a long time because of that. I loved it still, but
you hit the most awkward phase of life with your body, and you thought, I'm going to go into athletics.
Middle school is not kind to me from a musical standpoint.
Okay.
But I still loved it. So in college, I taught myself the guitar. But I didn't really start. I didn't write anything. I just learned different songs, and it was just for fun, really. And then there was a moment in my life where I was driving an hour and a half to work every day, and I was listening to different radio stations. But if you listen to the radio, it's like they recycle the same songs over and over.
Seems to be that way with a lot of major stations, for sure.
So I was just listening to the same songs over and over again, and I knew the songs, but I wasn't really meaning what I was singing. It was just stuff that I knew. So one day I turned off the radio. I said, I'm just going to sing my own songs to God. And it was a way for, I guess, in that season, for God and I to connect. So I just started singing different things of what God meant to me, what things were going on in my life, what things I was struggling with. And unbeknownst to me, I started writing. So I didn't even know I was writing.
Man, I got to tell you, that is one of the coolest things I have ever heard. I don't know that I've ever heard anybody describe it quite like that. What a really cool turn of events for you. What in the world prompted you to take these songs and desire to record them?
So one day I was a youth pastor at the time, and I got this idea for the rest of one of the songs that I had started in the car. And at some point I started doing, voice recordings, or I think I actually had video recordings of me, and I was still driving, hands-free. It was there. I don't know why I did video recordings.
You weren't
instead of
driving
voice
hands-free,
demos.
where you had at least one hand on the wheel, right?
Yeah. I had
Okay.
hands on the wheels, but so I had started something, and my wife, I think it was my wife. Yeah, my wife said something. She said, my wife has a whole nother story of things that she went through that, she kind of had to deal with her mental health journey. But she said something that struck me. She said, I came to the end of me and decided that I needed to give it all back to him, back to God. And so I took that, and I was like, that really fits with what I was working on. I finished a song, which I had never done. I actually finished it. It had verses, chorus, it had the whole structure of a song. And I was like, wow, I finished something. And showed it to my wife. She was pretty impressed by it. And so I just kept doing it. And it was probably, I think it was 4 years of just writing different things and whatever. Most of it probably not very good. And I had 8 songs that were finished, or what I thought was finished. And my wife, I don't know if it was my birthday or a Christmas gift or something, she bought me time at a studio with an engineer. She said, go make some demos. So I made some demos of just acoustic and voice. Not good. I mean, it was just I didn't know what I was doing. I was very nervous. The engineer was a hip-hop engineer, so he was not going to help me at all. But I did it, and I sent all of them to some of my friends, some of my family, just to say, hey, do you have any ideas? My thought was that I was going to maybe find people that played instruments and add to it. I didn't know what I was doing, though. And my brother took one of the songs. He sent it to his friend, who's a producer, and his friend took my vocals out and added all this instruments to it. And my brother gave it to me for a Christmas present. My brother lives in Washington, and so he had come in. My wife had taken some pictures, so he had a cover art prepared for the song, and they produced the whole thing for free, and it was a Christmas present. And my brother, my parents, my wife was there, and they gave it to me. We listened to it, and he said, they all said, you got to go try to do something with this. You have to go try. I mean, at least give it a shot. And I said, wow, that's really cool. I didn't know there was producers, so I started meeting producers. I started sending demos to producers, kept writing. Met people who wrote, learned that you could co-write, which was another thing that was just, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know there were people out there that would help you with this.
Oh, it's super fun, believe me.
It's a blast. Cool. It's addicting. So from there, I think in the first year of releasing music, I worked with 9 different producers on 10 different songs.
Now, how long ago was this first year of releasing music?
2022.
All right.
Was the first year I started releasing music.
And you worked with 9 different producers. How many releases that year did you end up putting out?
I think I put out 9 the first year and 8 the second year. So it was over the course of 2 years where I really just kept trying to meet people, kept trying to meet producers. Started to get better songs. I'm writing with other people, working with better producers. Not that all of them are great in different ways, but you just, better quality as you go along. So if you look at my catalog, there's some really old stuff that probably isn't very good, but, it was it's part of the journey.
It's fun to see the growth, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, let me ask you this: have you ever had a moment with your kids where you show them what Daddy does? Like, look, this is one of my first songs, and this is what I'm doing now. Have you ever had that moment with them?
Not at that level, but there was a point where my oldest is 12 years old. There was a point where he started to pay more attention. Mm-hmm. He started to be like, hey, this is actually pretty cool. So that's, I think, where I knew I was making a turn. I was like actually making better stuff when he was like, Dad, why isn't your songs on the radio? And I was
awesome.
Like, oh, you rock, little man. You rock.
That's an extra special Christmas present this year.
Yeah. So, and he has very particular taste. So if he gives me that kind of compliment, I definitely take it to heart.
That's great. That's fantastic. So you've undoubtedly had the support of your kids, and I'm assuming your wife as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, she was like I said, right at the table saying, you got to do this. You got to try. And every so often she's like, how serious are you getting about your music? Like, what do you want to do? What are you trying to do here? So she's definitely one of the main drivers in keeping me going. If she wasn't on board, it'd be way harder to do all this, because it's, like I said, it's a grind. It's tough. It could be a lonely journey. But with people with people like you to walk with this journey, it's not so bad.
And if you'd like me to follow along with you creepily, call 1-800. Just kidding. I was having this conversation with somebody earlier about how this industry is built on community, or so they say. But if you're not careful, it's one of the loneliest places you can be. On the road, the miles get longer. The nights get darker, and you just find yourself in a lonely position if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So
the air mattresses get uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's amazing to have that kind of support, and from your family especially. But you're also a member. I don't know if you know this person or not. Every interview that I've conducted, this person's name has come up. So I'm going to do the name drop this time.
I could probably say it before you say it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's say it at the same time.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Bob Dole.
Joy Dame.
Oh.
Bob Dole. You know Bob Dole?
I don't. You were right, Joy Dame. It was Joy Dame, and that's the whole reason you and I are both at the Northern Command up here in Michigan, right? We're at the good old Lake City Lights retreat.
Yeah. There's not enough words to say the kind of person that Joy is. It's just incredible.
They say dynamite comes in small packages, and I would think that describes her perfectly.
I'd say I don't know exactly how many songs she's on as a co-writer, but there's quite a few in my catalog. But not only that, she's a community person, like you said. There's very few people that I've met that are the kind of people that bring others together to collaborate, to build that community, and she's definitely one of them.
How heavily would you value collaboration in what you are doing now at this point of your career?
Oh, 100%. There's so many songs now that I've released that I can't even picture doing on my own. Whether it's writing, the words, or composing the chord structure or whatever. Just when you bring in people that have a collective goal to create something beautiful, and they have different skills, talents, and abilities, and they're all working together. Now, you could bring a bunch of talented people in a room and get crap out of it. But
it has happened before.
But when you bring the right people who have good hearts and you can trust and just work with, the songs are so much better. Just so much better. So nowadays, like, I'll only write half a song, and I'll bring it to people that I trust, respect, and have the skills and abilities to make it even better, and we'll chase an even better song.
Well, I'll tell you, man, your catalog is stacked already. Let's see here. You said 8 and 9. That's 17 tracks strong, right? You've done several more than that, right?
I think I'm at 20
Yeah.
right now. I slowed down a little bit to be a little bit more strategic on funding.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
look, it ain't no joke. Finances play a part in this silly game. I understand that. But man, I'll tell you what. Full disclosure, I have been privileged to be on the writing team with you several times, and I even was very privileged to be a part of one of your releases, more recent releases. Live Like It's Friday. What a fun song that was to put together.
It was.
And then, but most recently, you are working with one called Solid Ground. So tell us a little bit about that track. Why should people give that a listen?
Yeah, so, well, number one, Solid Ground, and then my next release, which I'm sure we'll talk about, is produced by Sam Hart. So
Okay.
he's a phenomenal
So both of
producer.
these, this one and your next one,
Yeah.
both produced by Sam Hart.
Produced and co-written, so we write together.
Okay.
And this one is Solid Ground is a song that's just, first of all, it's a foot stomper. It's just like fun and electric. It really fun to play, really fun to perform. So I hope that comes through. But it's also like a song. It's a song about just stepping out in faith, and I believe that God brings us to places that kind of push our faith to the next level. But He only gives us in that moment what we can handle and what He's given us the tools and the what we need to get through those moments. But it's inspired. The song was inspired by the Israelites and how, when they came out of Egypt, fresh out of slavery, they crossed the Red Sea, right? Moses parts the Red Sea just by stretching out his arms over the water, and they walk through on dry ground. Well, if you come back 40 years later after they've, wandered the wilderness because they didn't listen to God, they come back to the Promised Land and they have to cross the Jordan River. And the Jordan River's flowing in its flood stages. It's a very dangerous time. And it's a parallel to the Red Sea because God basically parts the waters. He stops the flow of the Jordan River. But it's a new level of faith. They don't get to just walk across on dry ground. They have to step onto the water before the water recedes. So it's like a step of faith, knowing that God's done it before. He's going to do it again. But now I kind of need to be more involved and really take that step of faith. And when you do that, when you take those steps of faith, people might call you crazy. People might think it's just crazy. But when you're trusting the God who parts the seas, it's worth it.
Man, that is exciting. What a cool concept. And if you have not yet listened to Solid Ground, you guys have got to check this track out. Definitely on Spotify, right?
Yep.
And Scott DeClaire Jr., right, is where they find you on Spotify. And listen, special shout out to my boy Sam Hart. Sam Hart is one of the greatest producers that I know. He's a fantastic human being besides all that. And Sam, look, man, you are a magician and a wizard and talented and amazing. And I love the stuff you're doing. Keep up the great work, brother. Which brings us to your next release, co-written with Sam, produced by him, Invisible People. Tell us a little bit about that song.
Yeah, so the funny thing about Invisible People, it was actually written before Solid Ground, but it was written in the same 2 days
Okay.
that I was with Sam. And we started writing what ended up being Solid Ground. We started writing down that path, got totally stuck. We went out to lunch, and we decided at lunch that it just wasn't working for the day. And I said, well, there's this other song that's really just, I don't have a lot to it, but it's really hit my heart. In that same weekend, I mentioned the Extreme Tour. I went to an event that the Extreme Tour puts on, and they do this block party in downtown. It's not downtown Nashville, but it's actually in one of the more poverty-stricken areas of Nashville.
Okay.
And they just put on this block party, basically, and they have all these artists come out and sing songs. And I was there just to help out, to observe. And at this sort of event, I met all these people that were just awesome people. Some of them are artists, some of them are people just attached to the Extreme Tour. Some of the people were just people in the neighborhood in that. And what I had this heart for, and we talked about at lunch, was that there's so many beautiful people that have these amazing stories that most people aren't even going to take the time to get to know. And that we all, because we all live in our own little bubbles, and we don't look and see the people around us. And at this event, I had, it was a bunch of artists, it was industry people, so it was kind of an interesting mix of people. But at one point during the event, I started feeling sorry for myself because I felt like I didn't belong, I didn't feel like I belonged in this scene. Like, maybe, I don't know if it was, I didn't feel like I was good enough or what.
I think we've all dealt with a little imposter syndrome from time to time.
Yeah, so I was feeling sorry for myself, feeling lonely, and I met this guy named Willie, and if I would have had my head down and been stuck in that feeling, never would have seen him. But for whatever reason, I look up, I see him, and I just say, hey. And he says hey back, and we start talking for an hour and a half. Until like 12:30 or 1 in the morning, just start talking, and he tells me his story. He has, I think it's called muscular dystrophy, where basically his muscles are wearing away.
Sure.
He can't work out because it'll destroy his muscles faster.
Right. Yeah.
And basically, the doctors say there's not really much you can do. You can, just be careful, but eventually your muscles are going to deteriorate. He plays the guitar. He sings. He's an artist. His name is Willie James. You can look him up. But basically, he told me one day he's going to be in a wheelchair. He's not going to be able to play guitar. Like, he's just accepted that fact. But if you talk to him, he has the greatest attitude of life. All that he wants to do is play for as long as he can, write for as long as he can, and impact as many people as he can until he can't anymore. And I just kicked myself because I'm like, you're feeling sorry for yourself, and you almost missed an opportunity to meet this amazing, beautiful person. So I had this idea for beautiful people. I brought it to Sam, and I said, I only have that. Like, that was all I had was beautiful people. And so we wrote what we call Invisible People. Willie's on the cover of the song, which is awesome. He's in the song. He's one of the characters. He's the only character that's named. I checked with him. I said, I hope that's okay. But he was just so inspiring to me. And there's two other caricatures, however you say that word, in the song that are based on real people that I met at that event.
Wow.
So we had to put aside a song that wasn't working. And I really believe it was a God thing. And we started writing this song. And man, it was just so emotional to put these characters that I had met into a song and just talk about how there are so many beautiful people that if we don't look, they're just invisible. They're not being seen. And I hope the song has a twofold impact. One is that people recognize that they're loved, worthy enough, that they're beautiful, and that they have a story that is worth something. And the other is that I hope that we look and try to see each other for the beautiful creations that we are.
Wow. Well, man, I'm hooked. Tell me when this thing's coming out. I got to hear it.
July 18th.
It's coming up. Yes.
Yeah.
July 18. I cannot wait. Do you have a pre-save link, or is it just coming out on the 18th?
There's a pre-save link. Yep, right now.
All right. So where in the world do people find links like that? Do you have a website? Where can people go to find out more about Scott DeClaire Jr.?
You'll hear the most on Instagram. I do share on Facebook as well, but Instagram is kind of my main spot for letting
Good
people
deal.
know. Yeah.
Awesome, man. That is fantastic. Scott, I'm going to tell you, man, you are awesome. I love hanging with you. I love writing with you. I love performing with you. I love working with you. Just, you are exactly what this niche needs. You're an amazing man, worth looking up to, and I'm excited for you, man. This is so cool. These songs sound amazing. Just hearing about them, I'm getting excited about them, and I hope it all works out so great for you. Keep doing the work, man. Keep putting in the sweat equity, because it's going to pay off. It really is. And I'll tell you what, people, that is why he qualifies as one of the best in Christian music today. You know, I'm Zach Flash, and that's what we do at Brite Lite Music. We shine on the best in Christian music today. So one last time, Zach Flash, Brite Lite Music by way of Kingdom Chorus. We are not here to save the world, just your playlist. Scotty, we'll see you next time, brother. Thanks for the interview, man. Great to see you.
Cool. Thanks, man.